The collapse of money. The truth is never permanent. Every nation claims its wealth is secure. Every government insists its system is strong. But history has shown us again and again, no system is truly unbreakable. From Rome to France, from America to Lebanon, societies woke up one morning to find the same thing. Their savings worthless, their wages meaningless, and their future slipping away. Collapse isn't rare. In fact, collapse is normal. The real question isn't, will the system fail, but rather, what will we do when it does? We all trust in money, banks, and the state. But wealth isn't made of stone. It's just a promise of trust. And trust can vanish overnight. History is brutal, yet deeply instructive. Every crisis leaves behind clues, signs of who stood tall and who lost everything. And if you look closely, the pattern is always the same. Those who survive are not the believers. They are the first to doubt. The gold of Byzantium. When trust erodes. Once upon a time, at the heart of the Byzantine Empire's economy, there was a coin called the gold solidus. It was so reliable that from Europe to Asia, everyone accepted it without hesitation. It was, in a sense, the reserve currency of its age. But rulers couldn't resist. They began diluting its purity. Little by little, gold lost its shine. At first, no one noticed. Then one day, confidence was gone. The very currency that had sustained an empire turned into nothing more than a story told by the state. When trust vanished, so did the Byzantine economy. Who held on to real value? Those who owned gold, land, or goods the empire couldn't reach. The first lesson is clear. Governments can't resist debasing money, and when they do, real value quietly escapes the system. The Black Death, opportunity in tragedy. In the 14th century, the Black Death struck. Half of Europe's population vanished. Villages emptied, trade collapsed, life itself paused. And yet, strangely, it wasn't just a tragedy. For the survivors, it became an economic turning point. With fewer workers, labor became precious, land grew cheaper, food more abundant. Those with some savings, skills, or property suddenly found opportunity in chaos. Sound familiar? The same thing happened during COVID-19. Supply chains broke, governments printed trillions, and the gap between rich and poor widened. Then, as now, crisis rewarded the prepared and punished the careless. The fall of Florence, when giants collapse. In the 1300s, Renaissance Florence was Europe's financial heart. But its most powerful banks lent heavily to the King of England. When he failed to repay, the entire system began to crumble. Too big to fail. That illusion shattered overnight. And the people of Florence learned a bitter truth. Size doesn't mean security. History repeated itself again and again, from Lehman Brothers to the banks of Lebanon. The institutions you trust most can lock their doors in a single day. War and money, the death of paper. During the American Civil War, both the North and South printed money to fund their armies. But the more they printed, the less it was worth. Southern currency became worthless even before the war ended. Families carried sacks of banknotes just to buy bread. Only real things held value: gold, land, food, tangible wealth. Once again, history whispered its lesson. What you can touch has worth. What's promised on paper does not. The same story in modern times. In 1997, the Asian financial crisis struck. The baht collapsed, dollar debts exploded, and panic spread like fire. Those unprepared lost everything overnight. In 2019, Lebanese banks shut their doors. People were locked out of their own accounts. A lifetime of savings, gone in an instant. And once more, the world was reminded. The money in your bank isn't truly yours. It's a loan you've given them. And in a crisis, they may simply choose not to repay it. What is real value? History keeps repeating the same message. Gold, land, production, skill. These are real wealth. When crisis arrives, money doesn't matter. What you can do and what you can create does. Those who can bake, build, repair, and grow, they endure. Money may lose its meaning, but creation never does. Every collapse is a test. Some watch the world fall, others rise from the ruins. Some lose everything, while others seize opportunity. In the end, history always asks the same question. Will you trust the illusion or the real thing? Because history doesn't repeat. But if you ignore it, it will crush you.